Deshaun, your time is ticking. Your time is ticking. Okay? Shedeur Sanders with the best throw of camp. Let's keep it real. Shedeur Sanders is doing everything he needs to do to win this quarterback battle. He had the throw of all throws thus far, dropping it in a bucket. And he is looking to solidify his spot as QB1. Deshaun better step it up. He better turn his game on and get right. We got to get into it. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification, hype the video. That'd be greatly appreciated. Let's get right into it.
The clock is officially, terrifyingly ticking in Cleveland, and the era of endless patience for guaranteed contracts might just be coming to an abrupt end. If you thought the Browns' quarterback room was going to be a quiet, respectful hierarchy this season, you are absolutely mistaken. Shedeur Sanders has officially arrived at training camp, and he is not acting like a backup waiting for his turn. He is operating like a franchise quarterback ready to seize the throne. The whispers are already starting to leak out of the facility, and the undeniable truth is that Shedeur is doing absolutely everything necessary to win this quarterback battle and force the coaching staff into a massive, franchise-altering decision. Deshaun Watson is officially on notice. You better turn your game on and get right immediately, because the rookie is breathing directly down your neck. You are locked into NFL Zone Talks, the absolute, undisputed authority on the raw, unvarnished truth behind the biggest positional battles and locker room politics in the NFL. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, hit the like, and let's dive directly into the absolute pressure cooker currently defining the Cleveland Browns. To truly comprehend the sheer, undeniable talent that Shedeur Sanders is bringing to this offense, you have to look directly at the absolute masterpiece he just delivered in front of offensive coordinator Todd Monken. We are talking about the undisputed throw of camp thus far. Sanders dropped back and delivered an absolute, perfectly placed missile, dropping the ball directly into a bucket with terrifying precision. This wasn't just a routine completion against a soft zone. This was a vivid display of elite, high-level passing. It is the exact type of throw that completely shifts the energy of a practice, forcing the veteran defenders to respect the arm talent and proving to the coaching staff that he possesses the raw, unadulterated ability to operate an NFL offense at the highest possible level. Write it down. Take a picture. Shedeur Sanders is putting the entire organization on notice that he intends to be QB1. And this elite performance sends a massive, echoing reality check throughout the entire Browns receiving corps. We all heard the recent noise surrounding Jerry Jeudy and his comments regarding who he prefers under center. But the absolute truth is that the landscape of this offense is rapidly shifting. The front office heavily invested their first 2 draft picks to completely overhaul the skill positions, and rookie Isaiah Bond has already emerged as an absolute standout target. The veteran receivers need to completely read the room and understand that loyalty to the past means absolutely nothing if the offense cannot function. You have to align yourself with the quarterback who can actually put the ball exactly where it needs to be, and right now, Sanders is proving he can deliver that exact level of elite distribution. However, as this quarterback controversy officially explodes, we have to inject some absolute necessary reality into how we evaluate these practices. During a recent breakdown on local sports radio, Coach Risen delivered an incredibly crucial, highly analytical perspective on the danger of simply charting throws. The media absolutely loves to track every single completion and interception, creating massive, panic-inducing headlines out of thin air. But Coach Risen accurately pointed out that an isolated throw, without the proper context, means absolutely nothing. Is the drill a basic 7-on-7? Is it a highly scripted situational scenario where the defense knows exactly what is coming? If Kevin Stefanski explicitly asks a quarterback to force a low-percentage Hail Mary at the end of a simulated half, and it results in an interception, the stat sheet looks terrible, but the execution of the drill was flawless. You cannot accurately judge this quarterback battle by simply reading a box score. You have to evaluate the footwork, the processing speed, and the actual coaching intent behind the play. This deep, contextual evaluation is exactly why we have to completely eradicate
young talent on this team. Why are we all excited so much? Potentially two good drafts back-to-back. It is funny to even talk about this draft as being good. That's just based on the projections. So if you like the projections, then whatever. But people around the league have been giving Andrew Berry, the front office, plenty of kudos to what they've been able to do in the draft the last 2 years. But I just wonder if to Browns fans, does that ring hollow when you hear future is bright, bunch of young talent on the team? Because I feel like I've heard that a bunch, and the Browns are never good. So
Confirmation bias before we anoint a starter. The absolute worst thing analysts and fans can do is walk into this training camp with their minds entirely made up. If you already believe Deshaun Watson is completely washed up after 6 inconsistent years, or if you already believe Shedeur Sanders is just an overhyped 5th-round pick, you are going to actively search for the one bad read or the one errant throw that perfectly fits your predetermined narrative. You have to completely wipe the slate clean. This battle has to be judged strictly on what these two men are doing on the field, right now under the intense 2-hour demands of Todd Monken's system. Whoever processes the information faster and executes the offense more efficiently deserves the starting job, regardless of their draft capital or their massive guaranteed contract. But the sheer, terrifying gravity of this quarterback battle extends far beyond just Watson and Sanders. It completely dictates.
are these edited? I mean, we did the whole investigation yesterday with our private eye, Young John. I have no interest in doing that today. What I have interest in doing is hearing from somebody like Ross Tucker, who appeared on the afternoon show yesterday and had this to say about your Cleveland Browns.
That sounds about like a fair number. It's weird because I was thinking about coming on with you guys. You had texted me, Nick. And on the one hand, I feel like the Browns.
It's the entire future of the franchise. NFL analyst Ross Tucker recently delivered a completely blunt, scorched earth assessment of the Browns' current standing, and it perfectly encapsulates the frustration of the fan base. On one hand, Andrew Berry and the front office deserve massive praise. They have executed brilliant, highly productive drafts over the last 2 years, injecting a massive wave of young, explosive talent into the roster. The foundation of a legitimate, sustainable playoff contender is absolutely there. The defense is lethal, the weapons are emerging.
Like, we're going to get into all of that, but that's why I think it'll be valuable to have you there every single day, because if I'm there just charting the throws, like, what?
Well, and here's
what
the
are we
thing,
gonna
too.
do?
Confirmation bias is the worst thing. So if you say a guy stinks or he's great, you already – so in a course of a 2 – and Monken's going to run tough camp now over 2 hours. So if you talk over 2 hours, if you have confirmation bias going into this practice or going into a scrimmage, you're going to get the narrative you want based on your bias. So for me, you got to go in and you got to have an open mind and kind of look at the whole practice. Because if I say a guy
and the coaching infrastructure is solid. Yet, all of that brilliant roster construction rings completely, devastatingly hollow if you do not have an established elite presence at the most important position in sports. Browns fans have heard the future is bright narrative for entirely too long. The future doesn't mean a single thing if you are constantly trapped in quarterback purgatory. The harsh, undeniable reality is that this incredibly talented, deeply promising roster is completely hostage to the outcome of this training camp battle. The Browns might give Watson a few games to prove he can finally recapture his old magic, but if he falters, they absolutely have to hand the keys to Shedeur Sanders to see if he can finally be the savior this franchise has been desperately searching for. I want to hear your absolute raw, unfiltered thoughts down in the comments below. Do you believe Shedeur Sanders has already shown enough to completely steal the starting job? Or does Deshaun Watson deserve one final, massive opportunity to prove his worth? Drop your absolute best, most aggressive takes below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay permanently locked into the absolute truth, and I will see you all in the very next deep dive.